Hey folks, and welcome back into some more Boston Red Sox baseball here on the Tisbury 33 Games channel. Again, if you are enjoying the series, share to like, share to subscribe. We're gonna keep pumping this out as we get through the rest of May, or actually beginning May here. And it's Nori Hiyashi. We're gonna be talking about him a little bit today. We're gonna try to do a little player lock with him, and here's how our rotation has gone the last about two turns through. It's been very, very, very good. Our pitching in this series, even when it hasn't looked the greatest on paper, hasn't really been our issue. It's been offense for the most part, which is weird because, again, we put so much resources into the offense. You have so many good offensive players. You look back and you're like, oh, a lot of these guys had some pretty good years. But overall, you do have some turbulence there, and you can see right there on the bottom, Rafael Devers, Player of the Month. You're like, all right, the offense is fine, but it's you look at the pitching, you're like, okay, you have Crochet obviously very, very good, and you have some mid-80s guys, low 80s guys, and you don't really think it blows your socks off. But we have a very good bullpen. We have a very, very, very good starting rotation, and that's comes out in the stats, and you love to see that. Hiyashi again working against Toby Brady, the early Rookie of the Year favorite, might even get MVP votes at some point. In 1, 2, 3, go the Rays. So Hiyashi, one of those guys where he's very meat and potatoes. Very good changeup. Not going to throw 110 by you. He sits in the low 90s, maybe even high 80s at some point, but he just gets the job done. Ask Xavier Isaac how good he is. He'd say pretty good. Blows his doors off there with 91 up and in. So far, no one on for Hiyashi. He has been struggling this year a little bit. We did see the stats while I was talking about the offense for some reason. He hasn't been perfect. However, last year he started off really, really good. Kind of teetered off a little bit towards the end of the year as people got to know him and scouting reports got developed about him and all that fun stuff. First base runner right there is a walk, and then gets David Hamilton on what should have been probably ball 4. Ends up being strike 3. And again, 3 very clean innings, just 1 base runner allowed, and we did give him a 2-run cushion. Make that a 6-run cushion. Junior Caminero, what's up, home slice? See ya fucking later. Another swing and a miss from Hiyashi. He had this strikeout stuff going. Not exactly a strikeout guy, but you get just into the lab and you start tinkering with pitches, and sometimes it just feels good out of the hands. Isaac Vance is in, I think, the Rookie of the Year from 2 years ago, and he will break up the no-hitter as he stings one into the gap. But yeah, Hiyashi's one of those guys. He's going to be an unsung hero, maybe even a bullpen guy once we get to the playoffs. But he is a very, very, very solid player. Always has been, and I think he always will be. Get the strikeout of Xavier Isaac again. He is not having a good season under the Mendoza line, or the Euchre line, as we should probably redub it. Carson Williams, though, is going to put the first run on the board for Tampa Bay, just out ahead on that cutter, and that allows the runner to score all the way from second base. And Williams, former top prospect and one of the best defenders in the game, and some power from shortstop is pretty good as well. Gets the strike out of Alejandro Kirk, and then at the top of the 5th, or still on the top of the 5th, he's going to get Johnny DeLuca there swinging. So Hiyashi is going to actually be wrapped up after 5 innings. I thought he probably could go more. I don't think the pitch count was too extravagantly high, but that is going to do it for him, and he is going to pick up the W. Finishes with 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts for Nori Hiyashi as Boston wins again. Final score on this one is 6-2, and Hiyashi does pick up W, his 3rd of the season. Then we're going to kick out another moment versus the Rays. We have Felix Bautista versus David Hamilton. This is for a series win. So we got a really big start by Hiyashi. And now we're trying to close out this series against Tampa Bay. David Hamilton, we traded him and Justin Garcia for, Theo Gillen, who is in the minor leagues right now and expected to be our everyday third baseman next year, most likely. Jason Churio, the brother of Jackson Churio, he swings and misses and then slider inside. Just a nasty pitch. Just like last year, Felix Bautista having a very good start to the year. Caminero on the ground. Campbell is there. And we are going home. So we win in this series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Get a very strong start from Noriyashi that wins us, carries us to the victory in game number 2 of the series. And then dominant closeout fashion for Felix Bautista here in game number 3. His 8th save of the year. And we move on ahead. Got a moment against the Minnesota Twins. And after that, we'll be playing our full game of the episode. One of our full games. Actually, I think our only full game of the episode here against the Minnesota Twins. Ashton Fuqua not having the greatest start of the year, hitting just around 200. Has a chance to break things open. It's Forrest Willis, and this one is stung to center field. A dive off the glove of the center fielder that will allow the runners to move up, but no runs scored as the obviously Devers not the cleanest foot, waiting for that thing to drop before he took off. And real good there by Ashton Fuqua, who, again, has the skills, I think, to really be good. That's the reason why we have him starting. That's the reason why we kind of gave the job to him when we signed him in minor league free agency. Just kind of how the timeline worked. Roman Anthony is going to pop up there. Unfortunately, that could have been an excellent extra base hit for him. He is also not having the best of starts. And Bregman also not having the best of starts, but got a pitch he liked and did not miss. Off the sign out there in left field. Great job. A grand slam. And we bust this game wide open. Score 4 runs on one swing of the bat. It is 4-1. Shout them out. They're going to take Willis out. Again, Bregman also not having the greatest season. We talked about that earlier. The offense is kind of struggling. You look around, up and down that lineup, you're like, oof. And a lot of these batting averages and sluggings and OPSs and things, but Bregman just has that swing in game where it doesn't matter how well he's doing in sim. You just kind of get in the game and you have a really good chance no matter what it is. Ceddanne Rafaela 1 for 2 as Jonathan Loaizaga comes in, strikes out Marcelo Meyer, and then Ceddanne Rafaela pops this first pitch up 99 mile per hour. It's always been interesting. As you see, you've watched the games before. I struggle with velocity, and Loaizaga is the one guy through multiple MLB The Shows. When he comes in the game, he throws 100. I hit him. I just hit him. Jordan Walker phasing through a beam, very cool. Alex Bregman, grand slam, probably cooler. And that's all we needed. Was that 1/7 inning explosion. It ends up being 6-1. A.J. Puck picks up the save. Probably went a couple innings there. We take the lead in the series. Now, let's see this full game against the Minnesota Twins. They're a very, very good team. And see them 18-16 or 17-16, so a win here. This is a team that we're probably going to be in that wild card race if we don't have the division. We're going for the series sweep, and we got the yellows on the Sunday. You love to see it, even though in real life it is green at home on Friday, yellow at home on Saturday, and then white at home on Sunday. The game keeps putting us in the Boston Strong things on the road because they changed how the Reds work. I don't know. I wish you could just set. I know that's like super third world. Excuse me, they start yawning. That's third world issues to the max, but let me set how my jerseys are in sim. I don't know. Interesting. Gavin Stone, pretty good. 33 innings pitched, 3.27 ERA. Doesn't have the greatest stuff in game as he strikes out Ryan Larkin on a nasty pitch outside the zone. So just contradict myself there. Carlos Correa hitting 250 and pops it up to Riley Green. That will do it for the inning. But nothing really impresses me about Gavin Stone until you go in. Like, we've played with him a couple times. He's not the best to handle, but then you go in and you look at the stats and you're like, oh shit, he's actually having a really, really, really good year. Basil Padilla is the guy we are facing off, and I really wanted to highlight this game. This is a guy that we thought we were going to get in one of our drafts. The Twins ended up taking, ends up being a B potential prospect, pretty good, and that's the reason why I kind of wanted to play against him today. Dots up Riley Green, who just 1, 2, 3, see you later on the fastball, and then Christian Campbell warming up on a cutter high in over the plate. Absolutely pisses on that baseball. 400 plus feet. 407 for Christian Campbell. We moved him up. See, he's batting second. We moved him up because he's having a pretty good year, and some other guys, like Bregman notably, not having the best of years. And Christian Campbell proving why we have him at second, batting up in the batting order, and why that's a pretty good idea. Then Rafael Devers' next pitch, 112 off the bat. They're lucky they were able to field that one, as Devers, one of the best bats against right-handed pitching, and moves his hitting streak to 11 games. Roman Anthony looking for a big hit, and it's not going to be here. Fastball inside, jammed him a bit, and the Roman Anthony struggle bus continues here, not having the best of years after having what I would consider a breakout year a season ago. But Christian Campbell, in the midst of potentially his breakout season, goes yard. It's 1-0. Matt Wallner is going to hit one to Marcelo Meyer, who fields it, but Wallner just quick enough to get to first base. Meyer had to kind of do a Jeter throw there, throw across body, decided to try to plant his foot, and that makes this a 2-run shot instead of a 1-run shot. This is red seat territory. Goodness gracious. Walker Jenkins, 467 feet, or 65 feet. Good Lord. That was the absolute hanger of all hanger changeups, and Gavin Stone will do that to you. Holy fuck. That thing was absolutely spit on. That one went over like where the people come in from the concourse. Yeah, that's not. I've been at Fenway Park many a time. Never have I seen a ball get close out there. Rarely do I see a ball get close out there on the TV. I don't know if I've ever seen, I can remember a shot. Like, holy shit. 2-1. Minnesota Twins. In the bottom of the second, 2 gone in the inning, and Riley Green, tapper up the middle, will move Bregman over to second base. Oh, we got, Christian Campbell again. Double, Goodness, so unprofessional. Lines one to center field, but will be caught out there in center field. So, we are yawning. We are having fun. We are doing everything that we can here today, as the Twins, again, still that 2-1 lead, weren't able to capitalize on the 2-on, 2-out situation. We are going to get a lead off base hit here by Rafael Devers. It's Tristan Casas on the left side. He's going to get on, and okay, here we go. 2 on, no outs. We still got kind of the middle of our order coming up. We could really do some damage here, Ashton Fuqua. We're going to ask him actually to bunt the runners over. Just get the bunt down and then let 6, 7, 8 drop. Okay, the 2 slowest men on the planet are involved in this, and double play. Double play on a sack bunt seems dumb. And the reason why it seems dumb, because it's very dumb. He bunted that baseball like 73 miles per hour. All right, Roman Anthony, can you get that big hit? Of course you can't. Cutter, and crazy with how late that swing was and how on top of his foot that pitch was, how we even put it in play. And we get nothing. We have 7 hits, 1 run. And the Twins only have 2 hits, but they counted for 2 runs. Alex Bregman going to play some pepper with that left field wall after a couple of bounces, and that will be a long single, though. He puts on the brakes and sends himself back to first base. All right, another inning with a leadoff runner. But then we come back here with 2 outs. Riley Green, a hit already today. He's going to chop it to first base, and we don't do anything with leadoff hit. Another inning where it's like, all right, we can finally get a little rally going and get a little momentum going. We can maybe score a run or 2 or 3 here and put ourselves back up. Here's a starter comparison in case you're wondering. And like you look at here and we're like, hey, probably having the better day is Gavin Stone, but Padilla is just limiting damage. He's giving up hits, but they're all singles. If they're a double, he's getting out of the inning. You see get that nasty splitter strikeout against Rafael Devers, and then Tristan Casas hasn't really had much power to his game the last couple of years, but this one is high and deep, opposite way, up over the monster. 388 feet later, this game is tied. Great swing of the bat by Tristan Casas. Other away. Nasty, nasty, nasty pitch. Or it's not nasty pitch, nasty swing. Going the opposite field there. Using the monster to your advantage. That's the best version of Tristan Casas when he is spraying the ball the other way and letting that help him out. Absolute piss missile by Ashton Fuqua. Missed a home run by about 10 feet or so. And he'll have to settle for a long single, but 104 off the bat. Here comes the offense a little bit. Roman Anthony gets a hanging curveball that he just beats into the ground. It hit it 99 miles per hour. But, again, just kind of get it into the ground, and that is how we are living. So 10 hits, and we finally tie this game up. In the top of the 6th inning, Gavin Stone still out there working and gets the swing and the miss on Ryan Larkin. Very akin to the first time these two faced off to begin the game. Another strikeout, the 5th for Stone. Former friend Brendan Donovan, he's going to go down looking on the slider, clips the inside part of the plate. 6th strikeout for the former Dodger. And then Carlos Correa, he's going to put this one into right field. Anthony, a tough run going back and gets a glove on it, but isn't able to squeeze it. Correa into second base, thought about third, but he is going to only get a foot away before he rethinks it. And that is a double for Carlos Correa here late. They're going to intentionally walk Matt Wallner because, like Devers, he's probably the other best. It's like 99 power, 95 contact. And even though Walker Jenkins already has like the longest home run you ever seen in your life, against this man, we're playing the numbers, we're playing the matchup, we're not playing what we've seen lately. It's what the sample size suggests, and wasn't an easy decision. Either way, you're kind of playing with fire, but we do not get burned this time. Keep this thing a 2-2 game. Joey Bart is going to get the lead-off walk in the second walk by Gavin Stone. He went out there for the 7th inning. He is going to pitch to Jared Triolo, and he's going to get the ground ball he needs. Bregman with the runner going. So they do stay out of double play. That's important. Triolo is going to do the job. I guess move the runner over, stay out of the double play, and then we're going to bring in Justin Slayton. Runner on second base. Gavin Stone does his job. We're going to bring in Slayton, who does have a decent clutch. And this at-bat infuriated me. Marcell Urbina fouled off like 2 or 3 pitches that were like a foot outside of the box, and he should not have hit it. Marcell Urbina gets his first career home run. He went outside. I said, all right, I'm going to hit him with this inside cutter, and it was placed perfectly right on that corner, but he just guessed right, and that's all I'm going to have to say. And all right. It is what it is. Does get the strikeout to end the inning on Ryan Larkin, at least his 3rd of the day. All 3 not really particularly close, but Marcell Urbina, and again, it could have been a solo shot if you didn't run Joey Bart there and got into a double play, but it is what it is. Tristan Casas 2 for 3, and then they make it 3 for 4. Exactly what you want to do. Down by 2 in the 8th inning. Have that leadoff man reach and see what you can do. But again, another 2-out situation. Casas is gone. Bregman late on the fastball, and you have runner on first, no out, and you don't even move him to second base. I'll tell you, it doesn't seem like winning baseball, and we've done this too many times. How many times in this video, like this game alone, have we had these situations. Zach Kelly is in, Triolo goes down swinging, and now we have to face off against the closer. As here comes Marcelo Meyer to lead us off. Also, new face game. I think this is the first game where they debut Marcelo Meyer's first face game. I remember watching playing it. Oh, goodness. We're not going to see it here because the lefty's on the mound. It's Keegan Aiken and Rodolfo Castro. Swing and a miss. All right, we have you on the team specifically to absolutely mash lefties, and you can't mash the lefty. Weston Wilson, the other lefty masher. More contact over power, but still very, very good stats against lefties. We're going to go to the well twice. And this time it works. Slider right over the middle. He does not miss. 107 off the bat. Could have been over the monster, but decided just to line it into left field because he's a nice guy like that. Riley Green, not great against lefties, and has definitely fallen below expectations. Has been an okay player. Maybe just a slightly below league average bat, but definitely not a guy we're playing $30 million for. Is going to ground this one to second base. Great dive by the second baseman Donovan. And then Christian Campbell. This one's high and deep, but it is going to hit foul. I don't think it went left, but it definitely would have hit off the monster at least and scored a run. Spits on the fastball low right at the knees, just a little bit below. So good job by Campbell and trying to keep this game alive. Can he? A 2.77 hitter and the high fastball, a little bit of a weakness. Weight behind it, and that will do it for this one. The Twins come out victorious here at Fenway Park. Can't quite get the sweep, but we did win the first two games of the series. So overall, a series win. Very good, but you kind of leave with a funky taste in your mouth because you didn't quite lock things down in the series finale. But alas, is what it is. I thought we played well. I mean, the offense, 12 hits. You only scored 2 runs. I don't know. You're not going to win many baseball games. You can't move runners over or do what you need to do. So we are going to go to the south side as on the bump is Felix Bautista trying to close down the Chicago White Sox. And stepping up is Luis Ariz, 1-3 with a home run. This one is belted on a 3-0 count, but Riley Green is there in time to put it away. Throw back into the infield is good. So 1 down in the inning. Christopher Morel, he's liable to leave the building at any time, but he's going to leave the batter's box empty-handed with strike 3. So just 1 more out away. Isaac Paredes is going to watch a pitch in the dirt. Fuqua up and firing, and that's how the game ends. Trying to take second base. Fuqua, not the best fielder, but does have a very, very good arm. And the reason why he's behind the dish is because he has that good arm, makes him serviceable enough, and gave us the confidence to have him play defense and also hit the way he does. Great job, the 11th save for Bautista, and we lead the series. Well, the injury bug caught us again. Brian Bayo, shoulder soreness, as we all know. Any shoulder or arm, like fatigue-related injuries, we spin a wheel. Basically 1 to 10, 4 below. 4 and below is end-season surgery. 5 and above, they are clear to go. Brian Bayo, unfortunately, will have to go under the knife until May of next year. So we lose Brian Bayo, who this year has gotten better. I mean, over the last few starts, he's gotten basically 2 earned runs over his last, 17 innings? Good. Had a blow-up start here, blow-up here, but for the most part, other than 2 performances, has given us at least 5 every game and under 2 earned runs, again, other than that one, those 2 starts here. So we will be losing Brian Bayo, and we will talk about the corresponding move in just a moment. So our corresponding Bayo move is going to bring up Connolly Early, who in AAA was doing really, really well. And obviously last year did well enough for us in the rotation. We did get 10 starts kind of in the middle of that season before we traded for Drew Thorpe, I think when Johnny Turner went down. Johnny Turner also should be expected to return, I believe, this next month. So again, we're giving Connolly Early another test drive, see what he can do. Other moves, Lucas Braun doing really well in AA. He'll move up to AAA. And David McCormick, finally breaking the pro ball rotation in Double-A. We're going to see what he does here, our top-ranked prospect. Another moment against the Chicago White Sox, trying to avoid a sweep. We just came back from Chicago. We're now in Fenway Park, and they took the first couple games from us, which was quite unfortunate. Trying to, again, avoid the sweep, and 100 right off the numbers that's tough. I think I'd cry. I'd crumble into a puddle, cry. Brennan Rodgers crying the nasty 101 after that. Kyle Teal, two former friends. Kyle Teal not part of this series, but Red Sox farmhand that got us Garrett Crochet before, in real life before the game came out. And then Brennan Rodgers helped us win a World Series. That was cool. Joe Adell got a shit ton of money for some fucking reason. He goes down looking, and then trying to get Brooks Baldwin. Hits it the other way. Riley Green in front of the track to make the catch. And ladies and gentlemen, we avoid the sweep. We don't really want to be in those kinds of positions against the Chicago White Sox. But it's what it is. What are you going to do about it? Red Sox win indeed, my friend. Red Sox win indeed. We do lose the series 2-1. Conley early picks up the W. Kodai Sengo's for the White Sox. Apparently now he picks up the loss, his fourth of the season, and another feather into the save cap for what's his face, Felix Bautista. Here we are facing off against the Atlanta Braves. Beat them in the World Series a couple of seasons ago, and they're always a tough team, especially now after the additions they made, keeping guys like Olsen and Riley and Strider and all these other guys, Michael Harris, who's good in this game, but not good in real life. Yeah. Price and Stott they added. Still got Sean Murphy. Added Yordan Alvarez. Still have Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr. is like the 8th name I mentioned. Gunnar Henderson is the 9th name. So fucking good. And they strike out Marcelo Meyer here. It is what it do be. Rafael Devers hit a .337, flicks this one into left field, and that is going to not fall, but Brandon Abreu trying to keep us from scoring. And 2-1 we came into this game at. Christian Campbell, can you keep it going here in the 7th? And pops it up. So a runner reaches on Abreu, but he is able to kind of get through everything and keep it a 1-run ball game. Good for him. Again, we're out hitting the Braves, just not doing much with runners in scoring position and not really getting the hits that matter and count. And you look up, it's like, oh, you have like a pretty good offensive day, but only 1 or 2 runs to show for it. That's happening way too often. Helsley came in. It was 4-2. Thank God the game didn't put me against Ryan Helsley. I would have cried. Another moment against Atlanta. You see the offense, not great. The pitching has been awesome, other than giving up a few home runs. But the offense kind of back like.
Now batting, number 12.
What is it saying? Back. Get him, Wally. Get him, Wally. Get him, Wally. Back like bottom 5 in a lot of offensive categories. Wally out there intimidating everybody. And Ashton Fuqua does move the runners up. Stays out of double play. Good job there. But now we kind of need a hit. Rodolfo Castro's going to stay on and pop this one up. We thought about bringing in Marcelo Meyer, but I was like, all right, he probably needs a day. Don't want to kind of, mess with that so much. So we did kind of intentionally play the wrong matchup, but it is what it is. Austin Riley smacks this one to right field. Jordan Walker is there, big arm, and shows it off as it almost overthrows Christian Campbell, who's sitting 15 yards away. 0-2 count on Michael Harris, popped it up with runner over in second base now. So A.J. Puck getting through it. Again, one of our nastiest relievers and continues to be one of our nastiest relievers. Matt Olson, he's been a thorn in our side before, and Ceddanne Rafaela is there. So look at us showing off in the Fenway greens, keeping the Braves off of the board. It is 2-2 still. Again, still out hitting the Braves. And okay, I guess that's a swing. I get it. I shouldn't even offer to that. Hand up. I'm aware. B, no, the fuck, that's not a swing. It just ain't. It just ain't. Don't know what the hell yet. It just ain't. Carlos Narvaez here in the ninth. Can he do miracles on me? Other way, hit well, and this is going to die in front or behind Ronald Acuna Jr. Pop up for a double. That ball fell, and you see right here, he's slicing the other way, just kind of keeps slicing and slicing and slicing. Acuna barely missed it, and is able to pop up over the fencing, and that is a ground rule double. They are going to intentionally walk Rafael Devers to get to Riley Green. 0-2 count, ball gets away, and we thought about coming home, but thought better of it, and more, wisely thought better of it. Can't quite get the run that way. Can Riley Green do something good for us? Can he at least bring the run home? Nope, he's going to be way ahead of a circle change and strike out. Brings up Jordan Walker. 2 for 4 on the day. Yeah, 2 for 5. Bases loaded, 1 out. So just to win the game, just got to get a ball in the air. Unable to do it. Situational hitting has been atrocious for us. We'll continue simulating here because I was kind of fed up with this game. We do end up winning. I don't know how. I didn't go back and check. But Red Sox win. Yay. Clap for the Red Sox. Red Sox win. We do. Now the Yankees come to town. And we go to the Yankees' town, excuse me. And we got the Yankees for 4 games. You know what that means? Rafael Devers here in Yankee Stadium. And we're going to be checking it out, and we will see. Next episode is a pretty big, heavy Rafael Devers episode coming up. It's going to be very important, very fun. Episode 49 should be very fun as he flies out against Max Fried. There, Devers whiffs here. He was as red hot as a person or baseball player has ever been, like in this series to begin the year. Absolutely smokes a sinker back up the middle for a base hit in a tied game here in the 5th. But he was hitting like 400, was the player of the month in April, had like 900 home runs, was like the only guy ever doing anything. We are going to send him 3. We're probably even going to send him home. Here it is. Casas, is this the game taking the lead with the go-ahead double? Love it, love it, love it. Casas, big swing. Hasn't really had much power. Obviously, the 5-speed doesn't just get much doubles in the game. But we love to see that. We love to see this. Clutch Devers, very late on the fastball, but just with his quirks, able to get it down the line and take the lead. 7-6. Boom. Look at that. Rafael, that we always know that he can come up clutch. He has that gene. He showed that gene. We're definitely not going to trade him to San Francisco. Only idiots do that. Campbell will pop up, however, with 2 runners on. Is a 7-6 ball game enough? Is that enough to keep us with this win? We're going to bring in Bautista or Kopech. Fly out, ground out, strike out. We do win game 1 of this 4-game set. Rafael Devers, a couple base hits, including the go-ahead game-winning RBI double. Here we are. Justin Steele is going to be on the mound, another lefty, and Crochet, our lefty. These are 2 guys who potentially could be Cy Young candidates. Not so much for Steele, but so much for Crochet. Under 2 walks per 9, over 10 strikeouts per 9. Like absolute filth, nasty, crazy good. He is so freaking good. Rafael Devers, 325 average. Again, gets this fastball inside. Turns around on it in the 6th inning against Steele and ties the game up. Another home run. What is it, 15, 16 on the season? 11? Okay, I wasn't quite there. He is coming in at 400 home runs pretty soon, and that's what the next episode is. It's dedication to him getting. We're going to chase down 400 with Rafael Devers, so stay tuned for that. It should be a very, very good episode. Gregory Tyson in now, I think a created player that has found its way to the major leagues. Walks Devers. Later on, Devers finds himself at third base. The throw comes in. It's close, but Devers is just in ahead of the tag. The throw is more on line. Definitely would have been a lot closer than it ended up being. Then top 9, 0-2 count against Dubin. He almost did it again. Didn't quite get around on it. Maybe got right under it a little bit too much. Only hit it 78 miles per hour right in the air. But that will be the final at-bat. Spencer Jones, Todd Cook, and Everson Pereira. Single. Bautista comes in. Ground out single. Fly out. We do get up a run. Makes it 8. A couple runs. 6. But Bautista is so tired. We are running him into the ground. But we do pick up the W. Dean Kremer should be a guy that we tee off against. And Devers thinks so too. So much that he'll strikes out. And then 107 off the bat. I mean, can't even do anything about that. Baseball. Already in the top of the 8th. Oh, that ball should have been pulverized. Zach Jackson got away with a mistake. A mistake there. And Yankees, unfortunately, lose a nothing burger for Devers, even though he had to strike out, 1 hard hit ball, 1 ball he just missed. And it could have been a 2-homer day, really, for Devers with all the swing decisions, and just didn't get the right swing results. And now to close things out on the series against the Yankees. High in the air, Josiah Gray is going to live to see another day. Foreshadowing, he does it from home. As Rafael Devers does, at least move the runner up. And now with no outs, we have a 2-5 ball game on our hands. May get 3. This is the foreshadowing I was talking about. He absolutely fucking owns Josiah Gray. Anyway, absolutely pulverizes a baseball. 406, 109 off the bat. Extra bases on top of extra bases for Rafael Devers. Sticks absolutely killing it. Did you get him again? Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, he's hit another fastball 400 feet. Nothing like a little George Bush joke to get us through this Thursday. Devers pimps it. Also, I am recording this. This will go up today. I am recording. And, oh my God, the San Diego Padres just acquired Mason Miller. I was just about to say I'm recording this on trade deadline day. Mason Miller and J.P. Sears to the A's. Leo DeVries, you got to be an Oakland A. All right. So if you've noticed me tail off a little bit, I'm watching a stream on mute to kind of see all the action. Anyway, so much action. Despite 2 home runs, we do lose by 6 in this one. Josiah Gray, I think, gets the win, even though he sucked, but it is what it is. We're going to wrap up today's episode with a couple of moments against the Chicago Cubs, another good baseball team. Mason Miller, J.P. Sears to the Padres. The Padres are sick bastards, man. Give us Robert Suarez, please. That ball gets away. We stay at our bases, however. Is this another situation like the Twins? One of the moments from before, I think the Braves, where he had that wild pitch that ends up not being a wild pitch, technically, no one moves up. And then, yep, it's going to be one of those situations where they have the pitch that should have scored a run, no one scored, and we can't capitalize on it. And that's the only moment we got in the game. I kind of like these moments where it's like, hey, you have one shot. You know, it's not all the time we're playing multiple like extra innings and not doing anything with it. But I do like these moments the way they're set up. I think this season has been a lot better in terms of the season than most of the seasons before, and then also the Rocky series. If you're enjoying the way the moments are going this year and the variety of moments, let me know in the comments below. Roman Anthony is going to catch this fly ball by Josh Lowe. I think that's Pete Crow Armstrong. It is. He is going to score and tie this ball game up. Here we are in the top of the 9th. Justin Slayton in the dirt. Narvaez the throw, and whoever it was on third base there. That is a tough. Was that Michael Bush? That's a tough. Yet Leo DeVry going to the Oakland A's. Alrighty, baby. That is crazy. Anyway, It's 2-2. Red Sox Cubs. Can we do something? The Cubs have a lead. Marcelo Meyer gets a fastball that he hit super hard, just too high. Should have been a walk-off home run. And Roman Anthony tags up. The time he gets the chance to tag up, Marcelo Meyer's already at second base, basically. Christian Campbell swings and miss on the sweepers. Porter is a guy named Porter going to... Yeah, he is. He's going to bully us. Cubs win. We try to avoid the sweep. We end up getting swept. Some moments in this series, but it is what it is. We'll drop this video up here. And, yeah, what we got. Another disappointing month where the offense just doesn't really kick in. We started off really nice here in May, winning the first 4 games. We ended up sweeping Chicago, but since that sweep of Chicago, series lost to the Athletics, series lost to the White Sox, series lost to the Braves. We tied the series with the Yankees. We lose the series to the Pirates, and then we get swept by the Cubs. And obviously this game we saw right here, very frustrating that, again, our offense just cannot come through. Need them to. Now, if we look at the lineup, we've jazzed it around a little bit. We have Marcelo Meyer up now just because Riley Green just hasn't been showing out. Marcelo Meyer has been, however, a .280 average this year, 6 home runs, 18 RBI, 11 walks so far, and a .791 OPS, which so far puts him as one of the more valuable players on the team at a 1.6 show WAR. Rafael Devers continues, and we will have an episode very soon. He's 4 home runs away from 400, so we're going to be playing with him until we get that. That's most likely going to be next episode. Is Rafi's chase to 400 home runs. And we just saw him hit a couple against the Yankees in this middle of the end of this episode. Christian Campbell, we move all the way up to the 3 spot. He was batting second, but just kind of move the lineup, get some diversity around. He's been doing well. Tristan Casas, he's been doing well. I mean, he's kind of picked up where he left off, but kind of more of a contact bat than a power bat, which is whatever. Last year, he was just absolutely insane, but this year, again, only played 99 games last year. He, for the most part, has missed a good chunk of the season in most of these seasons we've had him. So far, so good with him. 50 games played at 804 OPS. We got Riley Green. With the power's coming along, and the power looks like it's going to be surpassing what we've seen from him in this series at least. But, just hasn't been hitting for average. Was at least a .260 hitter the last 2 years. Down to 220s. A 350 OBP guy down to 280. Slugging actually is on par, if not a little bit better than we've seen from him, but still not that 450, which we'd like to see from him. Still OPSing in 700, but you take into account just how poor he's played this year. A 3 WAR guy the last 3 years, now a negative .3 WAR so far, but time can change that. Ashton Fuqua, he also hasn't really stepped up and hasn't been hitting the ball the way we like to. In about, we'll say, double-ish the games of last year, he's barely put up the numbers he put up last year. Less RBIs, less home runs, just barely more runs, just barely more hits, same amount of doubles. He has doubled his walks, and this is in about 50 more plate appearances or so, 60 more plate appearances or so, or at-bats. If you look at plate appearances, 70 more plate appearances roughly, and he's barely cracking what we want him to do. Roman Anthony has been struggling. He's actually going down. He just hasn't been hitting. A 186 average, a 595 OPS, and really on par of his 2027. We thought we had that breakout last year. We kind of have to just run that until it course corrects itself. Alex Bregman is getting demoted. We just can't have that production. Recent games, it hasn't been good. Just this last year, the contract just has not been good. Dropped 8 contact already on both sides of the plate, or 8 against lefties, 6 against righties. We're going to have to throw Jordan Walker in there. Jordan Walker is trying to get some more pop in the lineup, I think, and that's what we're going to do. It's weird. He doesn't really play too much. Has been playing a little bit more. we'll do this for right now. Have this be the lineup with against Don Rafaela. Doing well, actually. But we know we've said the story on him so far. And then our lefty killers, Weston Wilson, Rodolfo Castro, just haven't been. Is there a solution? Theo Gillen. Maybe not this year. Is doing okay, but a negative WAR, a lefty, I don't know. Mikey Romero, has he done enough? Probably not. No one really else looking around seems to fit this bill. Obviously, these guys are a ways away. John Norman doing well. He's on fire right now. And Jaime Calez really struggling against lefties, which sucks to see. So maybe we try to do something there. But again, the pitching rotation has been fine. Garrett Crochet continues to be one of the best players on the planet. Drew Thorpe, a 3.13 ERA. What a turnaround from him from last year. Conley early got dinged around in that one start against the Yankees, but other than that, he was awesome. Gavin Stone has been good, and Norihashi, again, up and down. A couple of starts. This bad start against the Vegas A's. This bad start against the Yankees. But other than that, again, up and down. Simeon Wood Richardson, we probably will be sending down. Just can't have a guy with a 7 ERA, especially when all the other guys are doing well. That just won't be it. We won't make the move on screen right now, but just kind of looking. Criswell can come in. A guy like Brian Mata could come in. A guy like Luis Guerrero could come in. And I think we'll give Brian Mata a chance to finally make his major league debut. So let's make that move right now. Here are the guys who are doing well. I guess if you want to look see how those guys are doing. Johnny Turner, we're still a little bit ways away from him. But we will be moving Simeon Wood Richardson to AAA, and we will be calling up Brian Mata to just be our long relief guy. Right now, third base is the big thing. We have Jordan Walker. Maybe we give him some time. If we look at the playoff picture right now, Orioles have jumped us after this little 5-game losing streak, which sucks. Obviously, we play the Yankees tough. We're the 6th ranked team. We're top 10, top 5 in a lot of these important categories. Just haven't been able to put together, which sucks. In the wild card right now, we're 3.5 back. Teams like the Angels, the White Sox, the Rays, the Mariners are teams below us. If you look in the wild card in the West, you have like the Marlins, Nationals, Phillies, Rockies, Brewers. Let's just check on these teams. Do they have a third base option we could potentially go out and get? Well, Junior Caminero, not going anywhere, I wouldn't assume, from Tampa Bay. We don't want to trade in division as well. Maybe a guy like Isaac Paredes can come in, add some power, decent third baseman. I do like what his stats look like, but hasn't had the good season. Maybe that's an option. Maybe a guy like Brian Ramos, not an option. I disregard that. I already have forgotten who's like not in. This guy isn't for sale, but Raul Luis was fun. He was a guy that we mentioned in the draft. Patrick Altman just won Rookie of the Year, though. I don't think they'll be getting away with him. No one is good on the Athletics roster. Do we try a Jacob Wilson experiment? Probably not. Seattle, they have a Cole Emerson, but he's one of their top prospects. He's doing well. They're not going to try to trade him. In the National League, I think Connor Norby, the Marlins, but do they want to sell high on Connor Norby or try to push? They're not too far out of it. A team like maybe Brady House, the guy who really hasn't, but do we want to take chances on these guys? These are the guys that, like, Richie Springer's there waiting in the wings for them. But do we want to go get an established guy having a good season, give up more than still throw these flyers out on guys who maybe they're good, maybe they're not that great? You know, Matt Shaw, another guy who's struggling to make the major league team, Massachusetts kid, good fielder, but is the bat good enough? That's what we're really struggling with, the bat. There's a lot of different things we could be trying to do. I'm sure we will find an answer for something here at some point. points. We can go to Sterling Thompson, Rockies legend, potentially. No, probably not. Warming Bernabel, better in this game than last year's game. I don't know. I just don't know. But we will see next time. Again, we will be following Rafael Devers in his pursuit for 400. Buckle up. It's going to be fun. We'll see you next time. But can we figure this out? Can we turn the page on May and get a really solid June? Only time will tell. We'll see you next time here on Tisbury 33 Games.